Hello and welcome to another month of the Single Cask Club. Hello to all our new members and hello to our existing members as well. My name's Guy. I'm here at the Strong Water Co in Bankery, 78 High Street. So the way this works, got dram number one, dram number two, a little bit about the distillery, and then a little bit about the dram as well. So a little bit unusual. This month, instead of doing two separate whiskies, we're going to do two whiskies from the same distillery. There's a lot of chat about Glenallachie at the moment. There's a lot of availability for interesting casks of Glenallachie as well on the market, so I thought use that opportunity to show a couple of them this month. So Glenallachie is a relatively kind of new Speyside distillery, built in the 60s. It was built off the demand of the whiskey boom in America during the 60s. Scottish and Newcastle brewers distilling arm, which was called McKinley's, they built Glenallachie in 1967 to kind of keep up with that market. So built under the kind of up in Speyside, under the kind of the back of Ben Rinnes is really where it is, between Aberlour and Craigellachie. So built by McKinley's. Then in 1985, McKinley sold it to Invergordon Distillers, which were kind of quite a lot of changing hands between there. Between 85 and 89, it was Invergordon Distillers, it was Campbell Distillers, and then it was Pernod Ricard, and then Chivas Brothers. And then in 2017, Chivas Brothers sold it to the consortium that own it now, which is led by a chap called Billy Walker. Many of you will know Billy Walker. He's kind of a bit of a legend he is a legend, not a bit of a legend. He is a legend of the Scottish whisky industry now. So he celebrated 50 years in the industry last year. Before Glenallachie, he owned three other distilleries. It was Glendronach, Benriach, and Glenglassaugh. A typical kind of Billy Walker point: when he gets a distillery, he generally puts a capital letter into the distillery's name. So that's where there was a little change at Glenallachie, where the A became capital. It was the same with Benriach, the R's capital, and Glendronach, the D's capital as well. It's not the only thing that they changed during their ownership of the distillery. They extended the fermentation time to 100 hours. They kind of shortened. They can produce 3.9 million litres of spirit a year. They only produce 1 million now. Because of the extended fermentation time, and they run the stills a lot slower to get a much kind of more meaty, more kind of fruitier, kind of muscular style spirit at the bottom of it, which has got that real malt base, which allows them then to kind of be a lot more experimental with cask, really. So you will see that with Glenallachie. There's a lot of different cask types, but that's because the spirit base allows them to be able to do that. 100-hour fermentation, little short dumpy stills, and a horizontal line arm all add to a very big spirit, which enjoys sherry. So the first one that we're going to have is from a signatory vintage. So this is a 2012 Oloroso sherry cask vintage. So Oloroso sherry is a very dark, nutty style, a medium kind of dry style of sherry, which kind of gives a lot of character to whiskies and spirits like this. So this is a 2012 vintage. It's 11 years old, bottled at 48.2%. It's natural colour and non-chill filter. So on the nose, I think there's that classic raisiny fruitcake, dark chocolate style spirit with a bit of spice that you're getting there, a bit of kind of cinnamon, almost orange peely element to it. We'll have a try. It's classic, big, chewy, malty, and then spiciness. There's that kind of there's a spiciness, and then there's a lovely oakiness that comes through. We'll go again. It's much more raisined on the second try. There's a lot more of that orange peel there. That cinnamon comes across a lot more vibrant, and then there's this lovely soft kind of warming tannin at the end of it. Yeah, so that's our first one, dram number one, and we shall get to dram number two. So, dram number two. Interrupted by the buzzer at the last time. I've got 5 false starts on this one as well, so hopefully get there now. So, yeah, that's the remainder of that from about 40 minutes ago now, which is, I think, an absolute delight. And for the price of it, it is kind of absolutely delicious, and also you get your 10% off it. So, dram number two is a proprietary bottled Glenallachie. This is from the Syntiche series. Syntiche is the Gaelic word for synthesis, and it's all about this series is kind of embodying cask creativity, which is kind of what Billy Walker's renowned for, and merging two very bold and distinctive styles of cask together to create one very interesting spirit. So this uses first fill Pedro Jimenez sherry puncheons. So Pedro Jimenez is a very, very sweet, sticky style of sherry in big puncheons, and then it also uses Chinquapin American oak. So Chinquapin is an oak variety grown in the Ozarks in Missouri, which is kind of very classical, dark, kind of really deep flavor of kind of oakiness as well. This is bottled at 57.8%. So there's a load of kind of real character in there as well. Clean glass, yeah. I've had a few shots of this already, so yeah. On the nose, I think from this one you get that Chinquapin first of all, more of that kind of licoriciness. There's more of a butterscotchy flavour there. First of all, naturally you've got more alcohol, 58% instead of 48.2. So yeah, 10% more there. But all that means is just going to carry a bit more flavour. So yeah, what have we got? Licorice, we've got really butterscotch. This is a kind of honeycomb flavour. Less obviously sherry on the front than the signatory was, I think. But then you do have a kind of orchard fruity, almost more like pear rather than apple, kind of scent at the end of that nose. And then on the palate, butterscotch and ginger, spicy, a bit of alcohol there as well. So yeah, butterscotch first away. As soon as that mouth coating the butterscotch, I'm going to drop a couple of drops of water in this as well to bring that alcohol down. But yeah, I've got almost this sharp citrusiness. You align that with kind of candied lemons and stuff. A couple of drops of water, I think that does that wonders as well for me. A lot more kind of blackberries, you get a lot more molasses through there, and then this kind of cinnamony swirling backbone with a dry, rich cacao style finish. Reading the label, and I'm agreeing with it. It says a medley of dark fruit, baking spices, and chocolate stones. Funnily enough, this is exactly what it is. It's that really dryness, that tannin dryness from a rich dark chocolate with a kind of spice, kind of cinnamon style, cinnamon clovey, almost nutmeg-esque style, which is really rather lovely. And with the weather as it is here today, which is pissy and wet, that's a rather good winter warmer. So I hope you enjoy those two. Keep an eye out for the next couple of weeks. We will have the next load of Springbank coming. Springbank. That's on its way. And also then Little Brown Dog are releasing their Wee Mongrel. I'm not supposed to say that, am I? Little Brown Dog are releasing things at the end of June as well, which may be into the start of July. But it will be some very interesting releases. So keep an eye on your emails for them. And we shall see you in July. Cheerio.